All right, so welcome everybody to another great evening where we'll get to interact with you, uh, help you to appreciate the power behind the life-changing opportunity we're going to share. Now, listen, what you're going to discover tonight is how you can stay afloat in any economy. What you are going to discover is how you can stay right in your sitting room, relaxing on your couch, wherever you might be, just taking a little bit of sunlight in the garden, wherever you may want to be that's comfortable for you, how you can stay in that location in the comfort of your home and make money that is sustainable, reliable, on a system where you can never be scammed. I know it's possible that you've been a part of different sessions and your mind is telling you, could this be real? Well, I call this system 4.0. And the 4.0 there is just to help you understand that this is not a new system. It's a system that's been working for over 3 years. All right, 3 years and counting, this system has been working. And so I'm super excited to introduce you to it. What system 4.0 will be, I'm going to show you in a bit. But you need to understand that what you're about to discover is an anti-scam system, a system that is tested and trusted, safe, resilient, creating breakthroughs in people's lives, a system that is innovative, continuously improving itself, something sustainable that can take you to your financial destination. Ladies and gentlemen, over the next 1 hour, I want you to take time to listen carefully to whatever I have to say here, right? Make out the time, don't be distracted, pay attention for this period, because what you're about to discover is something that has blessed people with $159 million within the last 3 years. A system that has blessed many with $159 million. There are people who have taken their share of that, $200,000. There are people that have taken the share of this, $100,000. There are people who have taken a share of this $159 million. So please, this is a serious occasion, and I want you to make sure that you pay close attention to what I have to say, because it might be the beginning of your wealth transfer. I want you to know that you have one enemy. It is our common enemy. That enemy is inflation. Inflation is not just when one product in the economy goes sky high in price. No. It is when everything is going sky high, when all goods, commodity, and services is increasing in price. Inflation is insidious, and its goal is to quickly reduce your standard of living. And many in Africa, especially West Africa, so part of West Africa, already understand how insidious this can be. They already have the idea how things are, becoming more and more expensive every single day, every single week. That is inflation. Now, there's a figure that is usually bandied when it comes to inflation figures, and the statistics experts do the computation. It is the inflation rate. So what does this mean? Inflation rate is a year-on-year increase in the price or cost of goods and services. So if, for example, a piece of a burger or pie costs $2 and the inflation rate is 10%, it means that 12 months later or a year later, that $2 is going to increase by, that product is going to increase in price by 10% because inflation rate is 10%. So in Nigeria, for example, the inflation rate is over $30, 30%, right? I mean, over 33%. So they're saying 1 year from now, the cost of what you're spending on goods and services will increase by 30%. But I tell people, be careful, because this thing might be more than 30%. Because when you get into the market, the rate at which goods and services is skyrocketing in price makes you think that this is not a year-on-year thing. This looks like a month-on-month thing. Inflation is deadly, and Investopedia gives you this data. It is insidious. It is dangerous. So you need to understand we have a common enemy. So how can you handle and tackle that enemy? Well, take a look at the rates across Africa. Niger Republic has single digit, 8.9, 8.5%. Nigeria has 33.69. Republic of Congo has 5%. Rwanda has negative inflation. Wow, it's minus 0.5. So if you're in Rwanda, you don't need to worry yourself. If you're in Senegal, yeah, you're relatively in a comfortable economy. Even if you are in Togo, Tanzania, Swaziland, South Africa, these countries have single-digit inflation. But if you're in Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Sao Tome and Principe, you need to work harder because your quality of life is going to be reducing faster than these other countries. So that's how deadly inflation is. And if you look at Europe, you can see Turkey has 75%, 69% inflation rates, right? While I think a couple of others are just single digits. So this is a sample from tradingeconomics.com to show you the various rates across the globe. If you are here, inflation is something you should be worried about, crazy worried about, because it can render you incapacitated financially. All right, it can take you back financially, and then you'll be wondering what hit you. This picture here is trying to describe how the US dollar is losing its value. Over a period of 100 years from 1913 to 2013, the US dollar has kept losing value. So that dollar that everybody wants to have a piece of is actually losing value. So what your $1 million can buy today, or let's just say in 2013, what it could buy in 2013, you would just need $70,000 to buy it in 1913. That's how crazy inflation is. It's insidious. And this inflation is caused by bad government policies, government printing more money, just printing and printing. That is what they call quantitative easing. Geopolitical tension also causes a lot of this pressure for inflation, because whenever there's the world wars or various countries engaging in, one kind of threat or the other, you see that the international market suffers. So if this is happening to the US dollar, what's happening to your own local currency? What do you think is happening? You are losing value. Welcome to the blockchain. The blockchain is the system that will help you to conquer inflation. Don't worry anymore. Welcome to tonight's presentation, because we're going to show you how the blockchain can take you a step ahead to beat inflation. And let me just show you a clear picture. If you allow me, I'm going to show you something that happened on a particular asset. And maybe I'll come to that. Maybe I'll come to that a little later, because you need to know that the blockchain is what can take you to your financial destination, faster than you can imagine. I'm going to do something here. Typically, this might not be part of the presentation, but I need you to, take a look at this chart. I'm going to just call up something right now. I'm going to call up an asset, it's a USDT. I want to show you what this asset did today. Right? This is the reason why we say the blockchain can take you and help you beat inflation. So this asset increased by 161, over 161 within a very short time. Right? So you can imagine from here, this was on the 26th of June, it went up by 160%. That is why I would say you can beat inflation when you get on the blockchain. Make no mistake, you can beat inflation, and the blockchain is your friend when it comes to countering the loss in power of your asset. Now, the money is changing shape. Money is evolving. There was a time you have to move gold around if you want to buy goods, pay for goods or services. There was a time It was coins, there was a time it was paper money, then it all became electronic. And now electronic money is transforming into the more the cryptocurrency phase. When cryptocurrencies started, many looked down on it. Many economic experts call it different names because they never understood it. All right. So remember, something that's going to change the world will initially be looked down upon. Then it will go through three phases. It will be looked down upon, then it will be persecuted, and then generally accepted. Now, when it is being looked down upon, is when you need to grab the opportunity, because people have not discovered the power of that system. Right now, about 5% of the world is on the blockchain. 95% are still scared of the blockchain. And this fear comes about when they are told by their leaders that criminals use the blockchain to pay for criminality. They'll tell you different stories that the blockchain is the reason why the economy is in a bad shape. Well, I'm going to come to that in a moment. But you need to know the world is now, they've gone past the persecution phase. They are now in the acceptance phase, because BlackRock, for example, is part of the Bitcoin ETFs. And many institutions are now coming into to get Solana ETFs, Ethereum ETFs. This is corporate money coming in and flowing into the blockchain. So please, I want you to think at a higher level. Don't limit yourself to your country. Look at what the blockchain is doing globally so that you do not miss out. Remember, it's okay if your country at this moment is persecuting the blockchain element, the crypto element of the blockchain. It's okay if they don't understand it. Stay ahead by understanding it and positioning yourself. Because by the time they move from the persecution phase to persecution phase to accepting it, you would have been ahead of the game, right? Very, very important. Now, I want to give you a little bit of overview about cryptocurrencies. This slide might be boring to you if you are an expert of cryptocurrencies, but just be patient, because there could be one or two people in this meeting who don't even know what cryptocurrencies are. So cryptocurrencies were launched officially in recent times in 2009 by the launch of Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin was launched by an anonymous group who called themselves Satoshi Nakamoto. For the first few years, Bitcoin was the only cryptocurrency. And up to today, Bitcoin is basically the only cryptocurrency that nobody knows the owner, nobody knows who created it, and so nobody can end it, because nobody knows anything about it. That's the power. Now, Bitcoin does not have a physical address where you say, oh, this is the Bitcoin office. Let me go there and investigate if this Bitcoin is real. That doesn't exist. Everything is on the blockchain, right? And the blockchain is a group of nodes connected together, right? Group of nodes connected together to provide redundancy, reliability, cryptography, and to ensure longevity of the solution. Now, after Bitcoin, there were alternative coins that were created. So you hear this term, altcoin. So Ethereum, Solana, a lot of these altcoin, alternative coins, tried to create faster transaction speeds and more efficient consensus mechanism. So you find out that Bitcoin had its own limitations. Even when the taproot was upgraded, Bitcoin had its own limitations. But what you find out is the altcoins try to provide the solution to Bitcoin's problem. So you see a lot of people also embrace altcoins, and they're becoming popular these days. SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, right, has given approval, right in the United States, they have given approval to Bitcoin's first spot ETF. That means corporations, investment houses can decide to say, hey, Bitcoin is now an instrument. You can buy it through me. I'm going to make it safe for you. So people are going to be bringing the money. They don't want to be disturbed about the complexity of getting a wallet and all that. No, so they give it to these institutions to buy for them. And when they want their money, they get it at whatever the prevailing Bitcoin price is. So they made people so scared to buy Bitcoin. And now they say, hey, you can now buy it through me. I'll make it safe for you. All right. When those of us who understand the blockchain go right there and get the Bitcoin ourselves. All right. So cryptocurrencies are becoming mainstream gradually. And the advantage that the cryptocurrency gives is you don't have to wait for a weekday for the banks to open for you to do an international transaction. You can do the international transaction even on the Sunday right from your home, and it takes just a few minutes, and the money has gone from South Africa to Timbuktu. All right. And of course, one of the powerful concepts about the cryptocurrency is that Bitcoin, for example, has a maximum number of Bitcoins that can ever be created. So Bitcoin becomes scarce, and even more scarce over the years. So the maximum supply of Bitcoin is 21 million Bitcoins. Every single year, as Bitcoin is mined, the amount of Bitcoin, is being halved. So it's a limited amount. And as people begin to buy it, it increases in price. So the early buyers of Bitcoin, of course, bought it at $1, less than $1. And today, Bitcoin is several $60,000, has hit $70,000. So these guys have turned to multimillionaires and billionaires. So that is a little background about cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are monies on the blockchain, public blockchain, that can be easily converted to fiat currency, and you can use to pay your bills. Now, a little bit of background again, when it comes to the blockchain, you have options to navigate it. Of course, there are several options, but when it comes to trading, one of the popular options is either you trade in the spot market or the futures market. Now, if a person is ignorant, and many people are ignorant, they are being sold a high-risk solution without their understanding the level of risk that they're getting involved in. So spot is actually a straightforward process, perfect for beginners. Futures is more complex. In spot, there is no leverage. The entire asset you are trading belongs to you. You own it. But in futures, you can leverage, and the asset you're using to trade is borrowed. Just a part of it belongs to you. So it's like someone who has 10 bags of rice and goes around saying, I have 1,000 bags of rice. That means he's using a leverage of 1 to 100. And so by the time he's making money, he's going to be saying, yeah, I'm making a lot of money. I'm making a lot of money. I'm trading like somebody who has 1,000 bags of rice. But then when the market goes against him, he loses money like somebody who is trading 1,000. So he loses more than his own capital. And so at the end of the day, he owns the platforms. So we don't encourage you to get involved in futures. And it's important for you to know this, because some people are going to tell you, oh, we have a better system. We have something that's super powerful. It's working. They're not going to tell you that if you keep trading that system, one day you're going to have losses. The system we're introducing you to tonight manages the spot market. It can also manage the futures market, but we tell you, just avoid the futures market for now. Avoid futures and Forex. Unless you are well-trained, right? Avoid futures and Forex so that you do not end up being sorry or having regrets. Okay, so when it comes to sports and futures, you can't have losses when it comes to sports, but you could have losses when it comes to futures. You can actually lose your account in the blink of an eye. All right, so stick with sports always if you're new to trading. Now, what technology helps you to do this? That technology is called Royal Q. Like I told you, this technology has been existing for over 3 years. The first time it came to us in 2021, we were excited. We saw the safety and the transformation that the system could offer. We jumped in, started telling the whole world. But you know what? Most of us never understood the nature of the bot. We never understood the risk that we would go through if we don't understand the bot. So we're like somebody who couldn't drive but was gifted a brand new Mercedes. And so we just stepped on the accelerator and began to fly and skid off the bridge. So we had that experience in 2021. That's why most people will tell you, is it the same Royal Q? Is it another one? All right. So back then, many didn't have any idea of how to use the bot. The settings, back then there was a lot of abuse of trading, speed. people with $100 will be trading 20 coins, like insane. How can you trade 20 coins with $100? All right. So people with $500 were trading 30, 40 coins. Super crazy. So today that's an abomination because we understand the bot. So what we're about to introduce to you is something that has been tested, trusted over time, and that works. Now we live in an age where artificial intelligence and robotics is part of our life. We live in an age where you can't separate yourself from AI, right? It is part of our life. AI can take your order and serve you meals. AI can help the police force keep peace. AI can help you drive your car. And just take a look at this person and how he is really, telling the story.
Oh, shoots. We're using the self-driving. Good. Man, look at that. Holy cow. This is scary, folks. Because you don't know what's going to happen. Especially if you've not done it before. Allowing something, especially when you like to control your car. But now you have an AI driving you. The world is changing, folks. You better go with the change. If you're still driving the old way, I don't know what to tell you.
Sleeping on a bicycle.
Everything is changing. Business is changing. If you're not going technology, you don't know, you're going to miss out. They're going to leave you behind. Don't let nobody leave you behind. In your businesses and everything you do. Tech is the new world, so get it going. I'm just chilling. Yep.
But you can imagine how people are able to drive without even touching the steering wheel. And he said, it's scary. Yes, it's scary. When you're going to do something and allow AI do it for you, all right, you now step back and allow AI do it for you, it can be scary. So when I run through the presentation tonight, yeah, you might be wondering, is it really possible AI to trade for me? What is Royal Q? Royal Q is an AI trading machine. It is a robot that manages your trading. It is a robot that helps you sleep while you trade. When we started Royal Q, we just decide I want to trade this. Click on it, trade. Then we go to sleep. All right. Then by the time you wake up in the morning, like you want to see how much you made, 5 a.m., you're checking it's sold by 3 a.m. It's sold by 2 a.m. It's sold by 4 a.m. again. We're not monitoring. That's what we do in Royal Q. You don't monitor and keep, you go to bed and let the bot trade for you. It's a system that is super fast, high speed trading technology. It works for you 24/7. There's no public holiday. Every day is a money-making day. Every day is a potential money-making day. That is what Royal Q has to offer. I want you to really think of this as a money printing device. All right, a money printing device that's just right there in your pocket. It's going to be raising your income. Remember, I showed you a chart of an asset that went over 160% within a space of a few days. That is the power of the blockchain. It can transform your finances. It can feed your family. Royal Q can feed your family, and I'm not kidding about it. It's real. There are many, many, many persons in Africa who are living the luxury lifestyle because of the power of this technology. Now, there are some challenges with trading. Trading is not easy. It can be simple, but it's not easy. There's a lot of emotion involved in trading. You might analyze and say, oh, yeah, I think I should enter this trade. And then you hold yourself. What if I enter now and my village people decide to make it go against me? And then you're imagining the last time that the trade went against you. And you're thinking, and while you're thinking, the market moves in the direction you predicted, hits the take profit, and you didn't take the trade. Then you beat yourself and say, I have to do the next one. And the next one, you're in a hurry to trade and you didn't think it through. You didn't even look at all the metrics. You just wanted to get back at the market for losing the first time. And then you jump in at the market. Your fears now hit you. Your village people now locate your address and you end up experiencing the trade going against you as you feared. So emotional trading can be crazy. I tell you, that is why Royal Q helps you handle that. Enter the trade, let the bot manage every aspect of the trading. All right. Oh, market analysis is so difficult. All that screen with so many lines, all of that. No. We have a system that is so easy for you to analyze the market. We have a system that is it just tells you, right? It just tells you, oh, look at this orange, it's ripe. You better pluck it and eat. It literally tells you that. Super, super easy. This system is easy. I'm telling you. Now, the time to commit to trading, many people don't have that time. They can't stay awake at night. So you don't have to do that. You just enter your trade, go to sleep. All right. You can be in a bus park waiting for a train. You can be in a cab. You can be, waiting for your spouse, waiting for your kids to come meet you, whatever it is, and you just check in right on your phone. It's just like using WhatsApp or watching videos on TikTok. If you can use TikTok, you can trade with Royal Q. All right. Now, risk management is one thing people don't understand. Now, we show you how to manage your risk on this thing. And we also show you how to save your strategy so that you don't type every single time, every trade you want to take, you type in. No. You save your strategy once and use it a million times or more, right? And high-speed execution, and of course, diversification of assets. You can diversify and trade more than one asset if you have the capital to do so. It's really a beautiful system. Royal Q handles all of these trade challenges. It helps you trade with rest of mind, and it makes money for you. It makes money for you, right? Super, super easy. Now, this slide is one of the most important slides. It tells you why you can trust Royal Q. Now, many of us have been scammed. Many of us have lost money in the past. We've been scammed like crazy. We've fallen for the scammers again and again and again. The scammers, everything will be working well, and then when they want to run away, they introduce glitches into the system. Once you see those glitches, we know that, kiss your money goodbye. Now, you kiss your money goodbye because your money is on their platform. You moved your capital from your pocket to their platform, all right? So when it comes to Royal Q tells you, please, I don't want you to send your trading capital to me. Keep it with you in your pocket. I don't want to have a direct contact with your capital. Keep it in your pocket. Keep it in your blockchain account. Keep it in your Binance. That is what Royal Q tells you. Royal Q doesn't want to hold your money. So you don't send your money to Royal Q platform. I repeat, you will never send your trading capital to Royal Q platform. A business partner of mine mistakenly sent her $3,000 to Royal Q platform. Royal Q could not trade it. Royal Q said, no, your trading capital does not stay with me. Your trading capital should stay with you in your exchange account. So that gives us a lot of rest of mind. This is why we say, oh, when we trade with Royal Q, we have full rest of mind. So your money is going to be right here. Royal Q is over here. The only thing you send to Royal Q is the cost of the bot and gas fee. Your trading capital is right here. Now, your phone is just an interface for downloading Royal Q, downloading your exchange, setting it up, and connecting the API parameters. Now, when connecting the API parameters, there's IP address restrictions. There are a set of IP addresses, that we say only these IP addresses can, communicate with your Royal Q, between Royal Q and your exchange account. So there's safety when it comes to Royal Q because hackers cannot just come with a strange IP and begin to control your bot. No, in the over 3 years of using this system, there is nobody that set up his account with these IP address restrictions who has been hacked. That's pedigree. We're telling you this is not something that just came up today. So you have nothing to fear. When Royal Q started, people were saying, oh, this bot is going to mess up your account. People were saying all sorts of things, but hey, 3 years plus accounting, people are just making money from this system and their families are experiencing financial breakthrough. So always remember, your phone, your trades don't happen on your phone, all right? The trades are happening in your exchange account, in your Binance account. Your phone is a TV screen, all right? So if you're watching the Champions League, all right? If you're watching the Champions League, for example, and your TV goes blank, it doesn't mean that the Champions League match has been postponed or canceled. No, it simply means your device needs you to fix it. So if you are watch your trades on your phone and you don't have network, yeah, you just realize that you don't have access to your device. You can see your trades. Nothing to worry about. The trade is happening between RoyalQ and your exchange like Binance. So there's no network problem between both of them, all right? The trades will execute promptly. And anytime you get back to a good place where you have network, or if your device is bad, you change the device, get a new one, download the apps, you see your old trades. That's the power of the technology we have. Now, I want to remind you, your capital stays in your control. So nobody can scam you. So there was a time a couple of years ago, when RoyalQ had to do some maintenance and changing their IP addresses to tighten security and all that. So they just took about a day or two to do that. Now, while that was happening, those who were new to RoyalQ were panicking and were like, oh my God, are they about to crash? And we will tell them, where is your capital? They'll say, it's in my Binance. Okay. We'll say, go to your Binance, check. Can you see your capital? They check. Wallets. Oh, yeah. It's in my Binance. So do you need to get worried? No, you don't need to get worried because RoyalQ is not with your capital. Your capital is right there in your pocket, in your control. Now, when the bot, finished the maintenance, connected the bot, everything was back to normal. They say, so I've seen this kind of maintenances happen once or twice. Newbies tend to panic, but we trust the system. The system has been tested, trusted, has been used over the years. So what's in it for you? If you embrace this technology, what can come to you? Now, write this down. No matter your trading capital, from $50, $100 and above, expect that you're going to get 10% to 50% every month. 10% to 50%. And somebody will come ask me, what will my $500 give to me in a month? 10% to 50%. I've seen people do 100%. I've seen somebody convert $250 to $800 in 1 month, all right? But he didn't sleep. He was just trading 24/7. I don't know how he did it, but I just saw he was trading like crazy, all right? He's I brought him to the business and I could see his trades, crazy. The guy didn't rest. And he says he wants to achieve something extraordinary with RoyalQ that people ask him, how did you do this? Right? He has his motivation and his strategy. Right. So, but the average person is going to just make maybe 10, 30%. Just keep your mind on 30%, 10, 30%. All right. The worst I've seen, the worst month of September, for example, where I saw the bot do for autopilot trading 5% in a month. All right. That's the worst I've seen. But just keep your mind on 10% on the average to 50% or more. All right. So it's a powerful thing. It's a very powerful system. It works, and it buys low, sell high. Remember, this is the trick. This is the trick. When you want to trade RoyalQ, make sure the market has come down a little bit. Buy low, sell high. It's very easy. Buy low, sell high. It happens every time, and we have a system that works that can guide you to do that, right? And it's super secure because of the IP address restriction, life-changing information here. So remember, the market will go up and down, okay? Don't worry, it's normal. So if you come in here and you buy in here and the market starts going against you, so people begin to panic. Oh, I'm having minus 10%. Oh my God, my $100 is now $90. Oh, what's happening? Listen, you can even have minus 60%. You don't panic, okay? You don't panic, relax. I showed you where an asset pumped by $160 or 160%. Yes, it doesn't matter if you have a negative trade that goes against you. You don't need to panic, just relax. Hold your position, it will come out in profit. This bot will never sell at a loss to you. It will always only sell at a profit, unless you decide you're impatient, you want to end the trade at a loss, which we don't really encourage people to do, because we want people to see this system as a savings plan. While you keep on growing your portfolio, also see it as a savings plan. All right, so we have various methods of trading. If you are a business executive and you're so busy, you can't look at your phone often, yeah, you can put autopilot on, not Acro alone. You have several assets you can, do your trading autopilot on. And I know this minimum can give you 50-60%, in a year, minimum, all right? It can literally give you 200%. So I always tell the example of a business partner of mine that I put $3,000 on Acro. And I didn't know he had actually withdrawn his $2,000 and he was just playing with $1,000. And when I asked him, okay, compared to the $3,000, how much have you made? He calculated and told me, okay, about 50% or so. And he started in September last year. This was like 2 months ago. And so, but then he now told me, oh, but I've been operating $1,000. I said, oh, so that means you've literally made over 100% of your capital. If you are calling 50%, that means you could have made $1,500, which means it's way, way, way more than $1,000 capital. So that's the power of the system. Hands-free works, okay? Hands-free, but hands-free is not for short-term traders. If you're trading hands-free, you need to think in terms of long-term, 1 year, 2 years, okay? Your capital will just be doing a money dance for you while profits will be generated, okay? You can always cash out your profit anytime if you want to, but your capital just have a little long-term thinking. Then you have the hands-on method with signals, beautiful signals. Royal QT Motion International to manage signals, a lot of signals being shared by the team. You're gonna make so much money, all right? Of course, TGS method, super, super powerful for you to also grow your wealth. And if you want to do a little bit of market analysis on your own, you have all the tools available on this team. Of course, you have the bull run tactics. So there are different options for different people, can always make money with this system. Now, not all trades will sell off at the same time. Some trades will go faster, some will go slower. The market will do its thing. Some trades will finish in 1 hour, some trades will finish in 6 hours, some will finish in 24 hours, and some will take 5 days or more. All right. So just always relax when you trade. You won't have a loss. You always stay in the game. All right. Now, what you're going to learn when you work with us, and I really want to tell you that you owe it to yourself to learn. What are you going to learn when you work with us? We're going to show you how to look at the chart and predict the market direction. If you'd like to have that skill, type 1 in the chat box, the ability to understand candlesticks and patterns, all right, and be able to identify support and resistance. Type 1 in the chat box if you would like to have these skills, the ability to understand trend analysis, all right, the ability to use a couple of indicators and predict market, direction, the ability to understand news events and analyze them for, your own business growth. Yes, I can see the ones. That is exactly what we have to offer you. Now, what we offer you on this team is what some people could charge you $1,000, to teach you, right? Some people could charge you hundreds of dollars to teach you this, but we'll show you all of this, for free, all right? Because that is our job, and RoyalQ compensates us for doing that, all right? RoyalQ compensates us via your gas fees for doing that, okay? So there's a lot you're going to learn. Trading psychology, emotional discipline. Many people don't have emotional discipline. They cry, oh, my trade has been on for 2 days, 3 days. I'm not happy. Come on, you have to control those emotions because you can't have those emotions as a trader. You have to be patient and disciplined. Oh, I'm greedy. I want to go all in with all my money. No. You shouldn't do that. So we're going to show you all of that and how to overcome fear. Remember, you're going to be scared when AI is managing your money. Sometimes you're going to be a little scared of that, but hey, if you pay attention to us, you'll take away all your fears. One thing I'm going to assure you on this team, Royal QT Motion International, Team Energy, everyone, all hands on deck to make sure you become a seasoned trader. Continually be ready to educate yourself because this market, there's no simple 1 + 1 is 2. That's not how it works. There are different elements to it. And the more elements you're able to analyze and see clearly where the market is going, the more profitable you will become. So I tell you, trading skill is a skill set. Skills rule the world. All right. If you have the skill set that we offer you, for the rest of your life, you'll be making money. And you don't need to leave your house. People are going to just realize that. All right. You're just chilling. You just go for your exercise, gym a little bit, you come out, walk through the garden, smell the fresh smell of the leaves, the flowers. Then you just take a little bit of sunlight, go indoors. 4 p.m. you're out doing your barbecue fish for friends and family to come, have a bite. And people are going to be looking at you. Just this guy doesn't have any stress. Why? This guy, I heard he has been trading for years. All right. Stress is not going to be your problem. Filling up your gas tank will not be your problem. You're going to be living a luxury lifestyle. So that's what trading can offer you. Now, what does it take, financially to get started with us? Just cost you $120. Yes, just $120. That's what it takes you to start. And of course, gas fee of minimum of $20. So what exactly is gas fee? Now, it's a 1-year subscription for the $120. And the gas fee is a profit sharing method where for every profit made, RoyalQ takes 20% and you keep 80%. All right. So if you make $100 profit, RoyalQ will take 20%, $20, and you keep $80. The gas fee, part of it goes to thanking those who helped you trade. So RoyalQ compensates them with a great percentage of that gas fee. So it's a really rewarding system where you can decide to help people to learn this skill and you make money from them for life because you show them the way to success on the system. Now, for some people, depending on your country and the exchange rate, some people will come to you and say, it's too expensive in my local currency. I can't get on board this. Okay. Your local currency is getting messed up. So what is your plan? How do you want to beat this crazy exchange rate? Do you want to be here 5 years' time and still having a headache about $120? Or do you want to make the sacrifice? Let me tell you this. You cannot change your story unless you make a sacrifice. Sacrifices must be needed. Students who are in university, for example, they know how to burn the midnight candle. They make sacrifices to make sure they come out with good grades. So if you want to change your financial story, you have to make this sacrifice. If you make this sacrifice, you'll get blessed. All right. So get on board and let's show you how much you can make. This is an example of a trade, autopilot, $3,000. And you can see this account made 200 plus in one day. And of course, lower amounts in other days, good money every single day. Now, this is a $6,000 account. One day it made $500 plus. All right. So this is a $100 account. In 3 days, made 10%. In 3 days. So you see, this account could have even made 100% in a month. All right. What we're just trying to tell you is that if this is an example of starting with $3,000, doubling it every year, in less than 10 years, you have $1.5 million. So there's a lot of possibilities. Imagine you have a $1.5 million. What kind of lifestyle are you going to be living? What kind of flights are you going to be taking? Would you just stay in one country or would you want to go to different countries every single year? Like spend 3 months in Spain, spend another 3 months in maybe Australia, then, spend some time, different locations, just trying to experience the beauty of the world, taste different types of wine, eat different meals, what you can do when you have a lot of money to move around. It could be interesting, So 3 skills you must possess when you work with us: patience, risk management, the ability to control your emotions. If you have these skills, you are better than 90% of traders. If you don't, then you are part of the 90% of inefficient traders. So you have to learn those with us. Now, I know what you've heard so far looks good, but I want to challenge you. My challenge to you is I want you to take 300 trades. I want you to take 300 trades. That is what I want you to do, because those 300 trades will change your life. So I'm going to share my screen in a moment. And when I share it, I'm going to pull up a compound interest tool that will help you to kind of appreciate what we're here to share. Most persons don't know the power of trading. They have no idea what their life can be like if they just simply master the simple art of trading. So allow me to kind of set up my screen sharing tool so that I can take you on this journey. All right, so just a moment as I call up the compound interest tool. All right, so how much capital do you want to start Royal Q with? Do we start with an example of $3,000? Or how much? Let's take the first chart that drops. How much capital do you want us to start this compounding miracle with? All right, I'm looking at the charts. Do we have a feedback from anyone? How much do we use for compounding today? Okay, so let me just, okay, I got a chart, $100. Okay, good. Let's say you start with $100. Okay, we have $2,000. Okay, the majority is carried the vote. We have a lot of $100 people here. So let's just say 45% of $100 is $45. So you're going to start with $45. Okay. Now with $45 per trade, and you're going to leave the remaining $55 for bringing down the average price. If you don't know what that means, don't worry. When you get started, you're going to learn. Now, let's just say you make 2% per trade, right? 2% per trade. Now, some trades you're going to make 3%, you're going to make 4%. But let's just say you make 2% per trade on the average. And you need to take 300 trades, right? So it's not about 300 days, it's about 300 trades. The trade can take a week. Doesn't matter, be patient. All right, and let your trade do its thing. But be ready to trade with tenacity for 300 trades. There'll be days you can even take 10 trades in one day. All right. There'll be days you're going to have 4 or 5 trades in one day. So if you do this, at the end of 300 days, your $100 would have given you $17,000. All right, right there. There it is. Your $100 would have given you $17,000. Now, this is super powerful. What exactly is $17,000? So if you live in West Africa, for example, let's see, $17,000 could literally mean, I'm just being modest with this rate, 24 million naira, for example. Okay, and all you had to do was start with a sacrifice. Start with that sacrifice, $100 capital. I'm telling you tonight that $100 can take you to $17,000 if you show tenacity and trade. And it can happen in the next 6 months to 1 year. All right, because we have the bull run around the corner. So you're going to make so much money. You're going to achieve this goal within the next 10 months, 12 months maximum. So will you feel happy when you achieve this? Okay, $17,000. You've completed the first 300 days challenge. But you see, this $17,000, you're going to take $5,000 to go on a second round of 300 days, 300 trades challenge. So you're going to spend $12,000, right? Go have fun with $12,000, no problem. Then start the next journey. Now, the next journey is such that it could take you 2 years to do this because the bull run would have been done and you will deal with a little bit of bearish momentum. You can actually achieve it still with the strategies we have. You can achieve it in 1.5 years, 1 year, 1.5 years. So let's just say you go with $5,000. So let's just say, what is 45% of $5,000, right? So you see that is 2,250. All right, so you come here, let's just reset this, 2,250, and let's just say 1.5% per trade, 1.5. Let's just make it 1.5 this time, all right? And then you take 300 trades again. Now, let's calculate. What do you get? Okay. Out of range. Oh, I put 3,000 days. 3,000 trades. Just 300, please. All right, let's calculate. So you see, your $5,000 would have converted itself to $193,000. Right, this could take 2 years. Even if it takes 3 years or 4 years, it doesn't matter, because $193,000, right? Let's just imagine what that figure could mean. All right, let's just do this. That will be a whooping 279 million naira. And you started this journey with just $100. Traded the first year, traded the next 2.5 years, 3 years. So within a space of 4 years, you become somebody that you're a multi-billionaire in your local currency, right? $193,000. So you've completed this second 300 trade cycle. Now you go one more step. You take this 193, you spend $140,000, you keep $40,000, okay? And let's just say you start with another $50,000, all right? That means the 45% will be 22,500, right? 22,500. And we still stick to 1.5%. Now, it's going to be the bull run, so you're going to make a lot of money that year. That could be 1 year. Let's calculate what you're going to get. You're going to be someone who is going to make $1.9 million. Okay? Between 2,500, 1.5%, 300 trades, $1.9 million. I don't want to calculate 1.9 million. That's basically $2 million. And what I'm telling you now can happen between the next, 6 years, 7 years maximum. So where will you be in the next 6, 7 years? Are you going to be somebody that will be having headache about $120? Just ask yourself that question. Are you going to be someone who is confused, thinking of how to pay your kids' school fees, how to feed your family? In the next 7 years, are you going to be having that headache? So what we're trying to create is a group of persons who want to build a trading career, who want to become millionaires in dollars on the blockchain, all right? You can become whatever you want to become, and nobody will be able to stop you. It's just you to take a decision. And I know you're listening to this, and then you're wondering if it's going to be possible for you. Well, I can assure you, if you're ready to learn, it's going to be possible, because see, people like you are making these profits right here on the screen. People like you are making these profits. People like you are making these profits. Now, listen, a survey was done by people using one of our strategies, and I asked them the question, is this strategy working for you? And everybody said yes. Nobody said, no, it's not working for me. All right? Everybody who understood it and was using it properly said it's working for them. Life-changing. I could have asked for testimonials here, but we don't have the time. Right? Now, on the left of this page, you can see this guy started with $125. He made $13 in 1 day. He had made $31, a couple of days earlier. And this guy took this money to $800 in 1 month. So that's why I put his post here, just to help inspire anyone who thinks. And this guy was like, he was part of the 2021 Royal Q experience. So he was worried, like, is it working? Is it working? Is it working now? Are you sure? And he said, okay, let's try it. I believe you, I trust you. And it's a testimony. Listen, you will listen to this presentation and then you will go analyze yourself. But you know what many people do? After analyzing themselves, they will not paralyze themselves. And that's what is called analysis paralysis. So why do you want to paralyze yourself? Get back to whoever invited you. Get a link, sign up, activate, start your journey. There's a part of your brain that is the analyzer. That part of your brain is good for when you have a mathematical problem and all those things. That part of your brain is good. But when you want to take decisions that will take you, to leapfrog you into financial progress, sometimes you need to shut down that analyzer. You see that, and turn it off, press it off, put it off, because it's going to paralyze you if you analyze too much. Just go get started, all right? Just go get started and don't waste time. Once you start building passion for trading, all right? It's passion for trading. Be ready to trade as long as you can, because in less than 10 years, your lifestyle, everything about you is going to change. In less than 10 years, we're not looking for people that, there's some people that will come in, they prefer Ponzi schemes, and then they'll go lose their money in Ponzi schemes and then cry, come back We want people that can be focused, dedicated, diligent, with the goal of changing their story, right? So come with passion, be ready to trade for years, be determined to keep going with this bot, improving its performance, and watch your story transform. The miracle you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. People are experiencing this miracle today as I speak to you. Their balances are growing. The question is, why not you? Why are you not the one experiencing this transformation? And why are you not experiencing it now? Those are two questions you need to ask yourself. Why not you? And why not now? Are you somebody still playing with poverty? Playing with it until it eats you up and then your future looks too bleak? Now, there are two types of people. There are people who come into a business because they have money. I want to open a business because I have money. Those are the people that can just be trading. So they can come with $50,000, $100,000, $200,000. They'll just be trading. They don't want to be bothered, about telling people about the opportunity. Then there are also some others who are into business because they're looking for money. So those kind of people, when they come into Royal Q, they join us to help people. Now, there are some people that have a lot of money who also want to help people. They just want to help people succeed because this system works. So there's a system where you are rewarded, when you build a team of 20 persons, you become what we call a V2. And as the bull run progresses, you're going to be making $10, $15, $50 every day. There are days you're going to see $50, not from your trading results, but from gas fees and your team's activities in expanding the business. All right. So I don't know where you are. It's okay to just trade, but don't tell me you have $100 and you don't want to talk to people. If you can only afford $100 to trade, then you need to share the opportunity with people because the system works. The system is reliable. Many people don't know. And many people are having a lot of headache about, how can I take care of my family? Royal Q can feed your family. And then maybe you brought just 5 persons into Royal Q and the rest of the 5, they expanded the opportunity. And before you know it, you have a team of 100 persons. And what you're going to find out is during the bull run, there'll be days you're going to make $500. There'll be days, every day you're going to make minimum of $50. Because you have a team of 100 persons, you brought in just 5, but hey, everybody's, excited about what is happening. So these are people that want to make money. If you're a businessman, you want to maximize an opportunity. You want to make money from trading and you want to make money from, sharing the opportunity. And that's what I encourage people to do. And somebody will say, no, I'm too enlightened for this. Let me tell you this. Evil thrives because good men do nothing. Are you going to leave, the team building part to just hoodlums? People that will not be able to train others? People that don't have the tenacity and willingness to guide people successfully? Do you want the system to be riddled with only those who recruit and abandon? Evil thrives when good men do nothing. So if you're a good man, you need to get on Royal Q and also share the opportunity. This will help you maximize this technology. Remember, it's optional. You can make your $1 million without talking to anyone. Okay? But imagine you start with $100. And because you share the opportunity with 20 persons, you grow your capital to $5,000 within a few weeks. And you now begin to fast track your journey to $1 million breakthrough. That's the opportunity we offer here. So I want to thank you very much for finding the time to be a part of this session. It's always super exciting to present this opportunity to you. Get back to whoever invited you. Ask them questions. Arrange a conference call between whoever invited you here and any of the leaders in your structure. The Q&A session will be clarified. All right. So tonight, I just want you to understand that if you're playing with poverty, it's fine. But when you're ready to eliminate poverty in your life, you cannot say that you never met the opportunity. All right. You can never tell your kids that all through your life, you never saw the opportunity that can, give you breakthrough. The opportunity is here. And the answer is Royal Q. Why not you experiencing $1,000 daily? Or why not now? Thank you very much for coming. Get back to whoever invited you. Sign up, activate, and let's take you on this journey of dollar minting. Good night.